Well, welcome to Speaking of Horses. Today we're going to be at Smiles Therapeutic Riding Program in Darien, Wisconsin, and we are going to meet the program coordinator, some of the riders and horses, and we're going to meet them right after this. Hey, we at Speaking of Horses want to thank many of the people that have made this program possible. Total Feeds, Dr. Harry Anderson and Total Feeds, a huge supporter. Drinking Post Waterers, frost-free waterers, no electric needed. Thank you to Drinking Post and the Natural Vet and Red Cal and many of their fine products. Thanks to these supporters. Right now, let's meet Penny, the horse that my wife Pat Williams is sponsoring here at Smiles, and Penny is going to be in this session as well. Now, let's move to the interview. Hey, it's Wayne Williams. Speaking of horses, I am at Smiles. Now, Smiles is an abbreviation for Special Methods in Learning Equine Skills.
Correct. Good job.
And my guest is the program coordinator, and it's Katie Lusenhop. Now, you've been here a long time, haven't you, Katie?
I have. I started as a volunteer in my youth. I volunteered for about 10 years, and I went off to school and got a degree and things like that. And then I came back and I was the volunteer coordinator for the last 10 years, and I just recently transitioned into the program coordinator role.
And this, actually, I worked with Smiles several years ago, and actually in year like 10, 11, 12, and this is now year 39.
Wow, yes.
It's the 39th year. Scares me. But tell us a little bit about exactly what it is you do here at Smiles.
So currently as the program coordinator, I'm working on new client evaluations. They all come in and we evaluate them for the program, determine what program they might be interested in. We have 2 different programs that they can participate in. I work on all client scheduling, curriculum development. I'm also an instructor, so I'm out in the arena teaching lessons as well.
So we just finished the session, and while we're talking, we're going to roll a little bit of this session, but you had, if I remember right, there were 4 riders.
4 riders, correct.
Now, what level are they at? Because this is for all types of riders. Age is not critical. It's if they are physically or mentally challenged, they can qualify for the program, and what it does for some of these students is amazing.
Yeah.
So what level were these students
Yeah, so
at?
in the class that you're seeing on the video, it was a mixed class. We had a brand new, very beginner rider who has only been riding. This is her 3rd week of riding. The other students were returning, but I would call them beginner to possibly intermediate. We have 2 riders in there that are just learning how to ride off lead independently, learning how to trot independently, learning more how to control their horse on their own. So we do all group lessons, so many of them are mixed abilities like that. We try to tailor more to the more advanced rider in the class and then adapt as we go down a little bit.
So how many students do you work through a session or a year here at Smiles?
Good question. So in 2023, so we're in January 2024 right now, in 2023 I believe we had about 165 clients, if I'm remembering correctly, for the entire year. In a session we probably have about 115 come every single week, so they enroll in a weekly class.
Now you're here in Darien, Wisconsin, which is down in the very southern part of the state, kind of the southeast corner of Wisconsin.
Yep.
And you get students from many miles away.
Everywhere. Students coming from Milwaukee, students coming from the Madison area, the Rockford area, Janesville. They come from quite a distance to ride here.
So when their students are out there, of course, you're providing horses.
Yes.
And
the volunteers.
And the volunteers. You have a lot of volunteers that help do this. Tell us a little bit about what it takes for a student to qualify and sign up and come here and become a part of it.
Sure. So they have to have some type of diagnosis, whether that be a physical disability, maybe they're in a wheelchair, or it could be something like ADHD, autism, maybe they had some trauma in their life. So they need some kind of diagnosis in order to qualify for our program. From there, they need to be at least 4 years old. We don't have a cap on age. We have a client right now who's 85 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, very cool. During that evaluation, we just try to determine how many volunteers they need as far as volunteer support. We have a wide range of horses, so we can handle many different ages and weight ranges for our riders.
On some of the video you've been looking at here, you've noticed there is one handler for each horse with this group, but in some cases, depending on their ability, there would be sidewalkers
Correct.
back by the riders to make sure they
Yes.
don't lose balance or have any problems.
Yep, many riders do struggle with balance issues a lot of times when they're first newer to riding, but there's some riders who will always need that physical support, and it might be one sidewalker, many need two. So the horse is trained to accept those two double sidewalkers next to the rider.
So it's really hard for me to believe 39 years.
I
you've
know,
been doing
I
this
know,
program.
very cool.
And I can relate to so many success stories I remember, and I'm sure, you know, that you being involved as long as you have here on a regular basis have probably got, is there any one success story that really sticks out?
Gosh, I would say I had a student one time who was having trouble communicating. I think he was 5 or 6 years old at the time, and so one of the goals for that student was to work on communication. The student really hadn't been saying anything recently, nonverbal. And he got to smiles on his first day. He got on the horse, and I said, okay, we're gonna work on telling our horse walk on, and clear as day said walk on. The parents start crying. They were so happy to see him just learn how to communicate like that. The horse is a powerful motivator.
Well, and you're right, and I have described it to other people myself, that it's the first therapy tool that they've probably experienced that is living, breathing, and loves them back.
Yes.
Gives them something back that they don't get from machines or...
A horse is very non-judgmental, you
Right.
know, they're amazing, powerful animals. And when they're in the control, you know, that's a very powerful feeling for the rider to
Because
say,
many of those
walk on.
riders have never been in
Never.
control of anything. And the other thing is that that horse will walk at about 4 miles an hour, the same
Yeah.
gait of a human, and you get some of a very similar
Yes.
movement and action on the horse that you would get if you were
Yep.
walking, and it puts them in that complete different world.
So a student in a wheelchair can be put up on a horse. Their muscles are manipulated in the exact same way. Their pelvis is moving the exact same way as if they were walking. And here they are up tall, controlling
Yeah.
an enormous animal.
It's amazing. Now, you guys do a lot of fundraisers along
We
the way.
do.
Tell us a little about your fundraisers that you do along the way, and then we're going to ask you to tell everybody how they can contact you.
Sure. We have several different fundraisers throughout the year. We have a golf outing in June. We have a 5K where we run around the facility. The horses take part in the action. We're running kind of through our hay fields and things like that. We have a few benefit horse shows throughout the year that we host at the Walworth County Fairgrounds. We have a tack sale actually coming up in March, so it's an equine seminar and tack sale. So we have different equine professionals in the industry coming in to provide some seminars, while we're also selling used tack that's donated to us to benefit the program.
So, how do people contact you? Because here's the thing I want
Sure.
to stress. All of these things, like the golf outing and that, and all the things that go on here, you don't have to be a horse person per
No.
se to really help at Smiles. Smiles needs a lot of help and a lot of volunteers to support this thing, and you can just come and watch and be a part of it without being a horse person. So don't
That
think
is-
that you have to be a horse person.
That is a common misconception. I think people think, no, I've never been around a horse, you know, I wouldn't be useful. You absolutely would be useful, and we really are looking for really dedicated volunteers. We provide all of the training necessary if you want to work in the arena with the horses and the clients, or if you just want to help with our fundraisers, we have a spot for everybody.
And there is a national governing body which is called PATH.
Correct.
Which stands for, help me with that.
Professional Association of Therapeutic Horsemanship.
I never get that one right. I need help. But PATH is located in Denver, and you're a member of PATH.
Yeah, we're a premier accredited center.
Right. So there's the accreditations. Everything is really controlled, top drawer.
Yeah.
How do people contact you to get
so
involved?
we do have a website. I would start there, smilestherapeuticriding.org. All of our staff are listed on that website, all of our contact information. We have a Facebook page, Smiles Therapeutic Riding, as well. If you're in the area in Darien, Wisconsin, if you drive by and see our sign, please stop in. We love when people drop in and just say, how can we help?
And case in point, my wife Pat is back here. She's sponsoring a horse here. So there's a lot of ways you can get involved and help out tremendously.
Yeah, you do not even have to be local. You know, we do some online fundraisers as well. We have a Valentine's Day fundraiser going on throughout the month of February. So join us on Facebook or Instagram and you can join in.
Wow. Well, we're going to watch some of the horses in action right after this word. Hey, we at Speaking of Horses want to thank some of these people that have made this program possible. Piranha and all of their insect control products. A thank you to Piranha. Also, we want to give a great big thank you to Revitavet. Light systems for therapy and muscle maintenance, Revitavet. And Orange Slow Feeder, helping you to feed your horses in the proper, slow manner.
Tina, were you in the middle of one? Okay, you finish that up. Ella, I'm going to have you keep walking for me and we'll finish our warm-up together now that we've got everybody on. And then Brantley, you can keep walking. Let's see your hands up. There you go. Okay, so if you heard, Emily is riding a different horse this week. She's riding Judy. Emily, can you tell the class one difference between Doc and Judy? She's chubbier, is that what you said? Yeah, she's a draft horse, so she's a pretty big horse. How cool. Okay, Teelan, how are you feeling up there? Comfortable? Good. Do you remember when you trotted off the lead last week? Should we try it again this week? Yeah. Okay, keep your hands up while you're riding, please. Okay, Miss Ella, are we feeling comfortable? And how is Rio behaving today? Is he listening well? Because of his hay, right? He likes to eat his hay. Okay, Brantley, how's Penny doing so far? Good. Okay, guys. So let's warm up by practicing a stretch and grow the whoa on the count of 3. This spot right here is your warm-up spot. Getting your horses to speed up by plucking and saying trot. Then we're going to trot all the way down to the yellow where we're going to ask our horses to walk. Okay? Ellen, you can show us how to do that. And Ray, how are you feeling? Good? Okay. He feels like that. Wow, that was really good, Ella. Okay, Brantley, can you move up a little bit for me? All right, Brantley. Do a quick little saddle check for you here. Okay. Hands up. Good. All right. You tell her. You got it. Oh, you're ready. There you go. Oh, look at the giggle in that again. Wow. Good job, good girl. Okay, so Emily, for your first trot will be on lead. Okay, while you're getting to learn Judy. Okay, ready? Look at that. Don't forget to see her. Thank you. This was amazing.
And you've seen some video, contact Smiles, if you help out in any way, shape, or form to whatever level you wish, I guarantee you you'll be rewarded.
Absolutely.
Thanks, and get a hold of them.
Thank you.